Summer is in full swing. I usually have my AC unit on, and it is quite loud, which doesn't really allow for a great recording environment. But today, I have my windows and doors open. It is still kind of hot, so I don't know how long I'll be able to last while recording. I might have to cut it short, but I traded in some cards to my local game store that I was not using anymore to get some cards that I will be using moving forward. And I also had enough to afford, store credit from the trade-in. 3 Modern Horizons play boosters. So, yeah, I figured I'd pick them up, and a great opportunity for me to make a video for you guys. So I did. And after we open the packs, I'm going to put sleeves on a deck that I'm building. That's, I don't know what it is, but it's something, and I'm building it. So, yeah, just, more more ASMR content for you. So, yay. So yeah, I really don't even know what I would want out of Modern Horizons. I was actually really disappointed with the spoilers of all the cards that I saw. And something that was really telling is during, I forget what it was, but during like a Twitch stream, one of the community managers, game designers, I don't know, somebody who works for Wizards of the Coast, called it, like as a Freudian slip, called it Commander Horizons, which I think is pretty telling. It feels like the 60 card formats are becoming less popular, and the 100 card Commander format is becoming kind of the cash cow for Magic the Gathering, for Wizards of the Coast. And so they're catering to that. To those players. And it seems like this set, which is a set that's supposed to be designed for Modern, feels more like it's, it is more, I don't know, more for Commander almost. Don't get me wrong, I think a lot of these cards will have an impact in Modern, but I was hoping for more, and I don't know, maybe I'm alone in feeling like that, but I don't know, I just don't like the general direction Magic the Gathering is taking lately. I don't like Commander all that much anymore. I thought I liked it because of the casual nature of it, but once you sit down and play with strangers, it's so few and far between that I sit down and play with people and everybody has like a good time. It just feels like everybody's trying to win, and I understand that that's the point, but like I always played Commander for, like, I wanted to have fun. Fun was my priority, and winning would be my next priority. And if everybody else just, takes things personally and, only wants to win, and, arguments will start over kind of nothing. Like, I don't know. I would just play constructed, like competitive at that point. Why would I play a casual format? So I've kind of lost my love for Commander, and now that my focus is mainly like 60 card formats, and they're not really being supported all that much, either in, card printing or whatever, I don't know, it just feels like it's kind of not in a good place for players like me right now, which sucks, but it is what it is. But anyway, I don't really, to get back to my original point, I don't really know what cards I would even be looking for. I guess anything that's worth a lot of money. Eldrazi spawn token. We have a Marionette Apprentice. It's 1 generic and a black mana, so 2 mana, 1 and a black. Human Artificer creature. It's a 1/2 with Fabricate 1. When this creature enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it, or create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. Whenever another creature or artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. Thief of Existence is the rare. Interesting. 3 mana, 1. A colorless. 1 generic, 1 colorless, 1 green. It's a 3/4 Eldrazi with Devoid, meaning it has no color. When you cast this spell, exile up to 1 target non-creature, non-land permanent opponent controls with mana value 4 or less. If you do, Thief of Existence gains. Oh my god. If you do, Thief of Existence gains. When this creature leaves the battlefield, target opponent draws a card. Oh wow. We got Crick, Son of Yawgmoth. 4 mana and 4 Phyrexian black mana, so you can either pay 2 life or the black mana. It's a 2/2 with lifelink. For each black mana and a cost, you may pay 2 life rather than pay that mana. Whenever you cast a black spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Crick, Son of Yawgmoth. Revitalizing Repast. Hybrid black-green mana instant, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Idol of the False Gods. 2 generic or 2 colorless, whatever. Eldrazi artifact. For 1 and a colorless, tap it, create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice this creature, add colorless or generic mana. Whenever another Eldrazi you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Idol of False Gods. Idol of False Gods. Did I say Idol of the False Gods? I think it's the same thing like Priest of Forgotten Gods instead of Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Idol of False Gods. As long as Idol of False Gods has 8 or more +1/+1 counters on it, it's a 0/0 creature in addition to its other types and has Annihilator 2. Emissary of Soulfire, a 1/4, a 3 mana, 1, a white and a blue, 1/4 Djinn Monk. When Emissary of Soulfire enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy. Pay 2 energy, put an Exalted counter on target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Another Marionette Apprentice. Deceptive Landscape. It's a land, tap it for 1 colorless mana. Sacrifice it, search your library for a basic plain, swamp, or forest card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Then you can cycle it for Abzan colors. White, black, green. Evolution Witness. 3 mana, 2 and a green, 2/1. It has 1 and a green. Adapt 2. If this creature has no +1/+1 counters on it, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. When 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Evolution Witness, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Cranial Ram. 2 mana, a black and a red. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +X+1, where X is the number of artifacts you control. You can equip it for 2 mana. Solstice Zealot. 3 mana, 2 and a white Rhino Cleric. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. Tap it and pay 1 energy. Tap target creature. It's a 2/3. Rhino Cleric is a pretty interesting Rhino Cleric. Fetid Gargantua. 5 mana, 4 and a black. Horror. It's a 4/4. For 3 mana, you can adapt 2. Adapt, as we went over, is the +1/+1 counters. Putting +1/+1 counters on it if none exist on it. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Fetid Gargantua, Gargantua, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, you lose 2 life. Siege Smash. 1 and a red, instant, with split second. Choose 1, destroy target artifact. Target creature gets +3/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. And Serum Visionary. 3 mana, 2 and a blue. Vidalcan Wizard. It's a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and then scry 2. Crick, Son of Yawgmoth is a pretty cool pull. I think I already have a copy of him, though. I think I have him in, like, what is it, Rowan. A Rowan Commander deck. Which I think I'm trying to get rid of, so if anybody's interested in Rowan's Sign of War. Putting what I think are the rares to the back. It's really cool art. What's that for? Harrogast, Erupting Nullkite. Alright, Waterlogged Teachings. 4 mana, 3, and a hybrid of black or blue. Instant, search your library for an instant card or a card with flash, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. The other side is Inundated Archive. Enters the battlefield tapped. It's blue or black. It's actually kind of an interesting card. Frogmere Enforcer, 7 mana. Or you prototype for 4, 3 and a red. Affinity for artifacts, so it costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. It's a 4/4. Solar Transformer, 2 colorless mana artifact. Enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy counters. Tap it for generic or for colorless mana, and tap it and pay an energy. Add 1 mana of any color. It's pretty interesting. Metastatic Evangel. 1 and a white Phyrexian Human Cleric. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. It's a 3/1. That's interesting. Expel the Unworthy. 1 and a white sorcery with kicker of 3 mana, 2 and a white. Choose target creature with mana value 3 or less. If the spell is kicked, instead choose target creature. Exile the chosen creature, then its controller gains life equal to its mana cost. Colossal Dread Mask, 6 mana, 4 and 2 green, artifact, equipment, living weapon. Equip creature gets +6/+6 and has trample. Equip it for 5 mana. Snapping Voidcraw. Eldrazi Turtle, 3 mana, 1, a green, and a blue. It's a 1/3 with devoid, meaning it has no color. Tap to add 2 colorless or generic mana. I'm gonna keep saying that, I guess, because I don't really give a shit about the difference. 4 mana, 3, and a colorless, I guess. 3 generic, 1 colorless. So yeah, tap to add 2 colorless. And then for 3 generic and 1 colorless, tap, draw a card. So another Solstice Zealot. A Thriving Skyclaw, a cat dragon. That's pretty cool. 4 mana, 2 color, 2 generic, and 2 red. When Thriving Skyclaw enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy counters. When it attacks, you may pay 3 energy counters. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's a 3/2. Another Serum Visionary. Refurbished Familiar. 4 mana, 3 generic, and 1 black. It's a zombie rat with an affinity for artifacts. It's a 2/1 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card. Writhing Chrysalis. It's 4 mana, 2 generic, a red, and a green Eldrazi drone with devoid. When you cast the spell, create 2 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens with sacrifice this creature, add 1 colorless mana with reach. Whenever you sacrifice another Eldrazi, put a +1/+1 counter on Writhing Chrysalis. White Orchid Phantom, 2 white mana, Spirit Knight, flying first strike. It's a 2/2. When White Orchid Phantom, did I say White Orchid Knight? White Orchid Phantom Spirit Knight. When White Orchid Phantom enters the battlefield, destroy up to one target non-basic land. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. And then Annoyed Altasaur. 7 mana, 5/2 green, Reach, Trample, and Cascade. It's a 6/5. So far, I wouldn't say we have any particularly good pulls or any cards that I would want in a deck. So, it's unfortunate. Alright, Modern Horizons 3, you have 2, 3. We'll just do 4, all 4 of them. Alright, Ral and the Implicit Maze, 5 mana, Enchantment Saga. It's 3 and 2 red. Chapter 1, Ral and the Implicit Maze deals 2 damage to each creature and planeswalker your opponent controls. Chapter 2, you may discard a card. If you do, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them until end of turn, or until the end of your next turn. Chapter 3, create a Spellgorger Weird token. Muster the Departed. 3 mana, 2, and a white enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. It has Morbid at the beginning of your at the beginning of your end step. If a creature died this turn, populate. Horrid Shadow Spinner. 3 mana, 1, a blue, and a black horror with lifelink. When it enters the whenever it attacks, you may draw cards equal to its power. If you do discard that many cards, it's a 2/3. It's a really cool art. Another Deceptive Landscape. Expanding Ooze. 1, a black, and a green ooze with, it's a 3/3, so 3 mana, 3/3 with Adapt. 2 mana, Adapt 1. Whenever Expanding Ooze attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target modified creature you control. Jolted Awake. 1 white mana, sorcery. Choose up to 1 target artifact or creature card in your graveyard. You get 2 energy counters, then you may pay an amount of energy equal to that card's mana value. If you do, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield with cycling 2. Another Evolution Witness. Another Fetid Gargantua. Inventor's Axe. 1 red mana, artifact equipment with flash. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy tokens. When Inventor's Axe enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+0, and you can equip it by paying 2 energy. Sage of the Unknowable. 1 and a blue. Tap it to add 1 colorless mana. Spend this mana only to cast a colorless spell or activate an ability. It's an 0/4 human wizard. Our art card, it looks like Ugin. Ugin's Binding. Obstinate Gargoyle. 3 mana, 1, a white, and a black gargoyle artifact creature. Obstinate Gargoyle has flying as long as it's modified, and it has Persist. When it dies, if it had no -1/-1 counters on it, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a -1/-1 counter on it. It's 2/2. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. My friend pulled this too. I gotta send him a picture. That's crazy. We both pulled the same thing. So we got Emrakul, the World Anew, 12 mana. Legendary Eldrazi creature. It's a 12/12. When you cast this spell, gain control of all creatures target player controls. Flying protection from spells and from permanents that were cast this turn. When Emrakul, the World Anew, leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control. When it leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control with Madness, pay 6. Colorless mana. That's incredible. I wonder if that's worth anything. Angel of the Ruins, 7 mana, 5 and 2 white, angel with flying, 5/7. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 2 target artifacts and or enchantments. then Pinnacle. Wait a minute. When I just exiled 2 artifacts or enchantments. I'm sorry, buddy. That's actually kind of interesting, because like this could be good in Living End, like the band Living End. This would be like a fine sideboard card for that, so I'm actually going to put that off to the side. So, hey, we got one card that we could possibly put in a sideboard of a version of a deck that we play. I don't play the band version, but if I ever wanted to like pivot to it, I now have a sideboard card for it, I guess. Something just to add in for fun. Let me read that again. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 2 target artifacts and or enchantments. Oh, when it enters the battlefield. But you can plane cycle it. So you plane cycle it. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the artifacts or enchantments that are on the battlefield are things you probably want to remove beforehand. So like, if this, yeah, and then plane cycling. So I don't even think that that's good enough. Like a 5/7 flying angel that when it enters the battlefield has that effect. You probably want to remove the artifacts and enchantments because they're probably preventing you from casting Living End before. So it's like by the time it enters the battlefield, it's too late. So we got Emrakul, the world anew. Emrakul, the world anew. How much is it? It's like a $44 card. Well, actually, let's see. 70, plummet to, yeah, market price, yeah, it's like a $45 card. That's pretty cool. Emrakul. The world anew, Emrakul. So yeah, that's nice. Yeah, the Angel of Ruins. Probably not what I want to be doing in Living End, so. And it's plane cycling too. It's like you really don't want to pay 2 mana to cycle one thing when you can pay 1 mana and cycle one thing. So yeah, Crick is probably the next best thing. This White Orchid Phantom, like, destroy up to 1 target non-basic land. Its controller research the library for basic land card. Yeah, maybe in like Boros. Maybe in like a Boros thing where you try to destroy your own indestructible land and then like ramp, but like I don't know, that seems stupid. But yeah, we got Emrakul. I don't know how to say it. I don't really care. But I'm glad I got it, because, I don't know, trade bait, I guess. Not with my friend who also pulled it, clearly, but. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I am happy with that pull. Alright, so we'll set those aside. So I'm building a stupid deck. Shut up, don't judge me. But yeah, I'm building, I don't know. So I have Living End, which is like aggro control, and then I wanted to build like and I'm probably not even going to use this guy, but I wanted to build like a Bant control mid-range list. So I have like a control mid-range deck, and then like I have a control mid-range, and then aggro combo, right? So I kind of get all 4 aspects, all 4 parts of the, the Magic the Gathering archetypes. And so, as you probably saw, it's going to focus on like Wilderness Wilderness Reclamation and a lot of flash creatures. There's gonna be 4 subtleties in here, but they're in my living end deck, so I'm probably just gonna use like not a proxy, but you know, I'll probably just use like one of those. I thought I brought them up here. I guess I didn't. You know, 4 of the. I have like cards that I can just like, you know, write in subtlety or whatever. So it'll be like 4 solitude, 4 subtlety, and then well, you'll see. I guess as I start sleeving these up. So yeah, the Wandering Emperor has flash. So that's kind of, you know, Wilderness Reclamation into the Wandering Emperor kind of sounds like a fun play pattern. And I just like the Wandering Emperor. I think it's a cool card. And then you have 4 Solitudes and 4 Subtleties. Solitude also has flash. Obviously 5 mana though, so you're not going to be able to Wilderness Reclamation into a Solitude. But Solitude is a great control piece. Great control creature, 3/2 with flash and lifelink. 3 copies of Wilderness Reclamation. Maybe I should do 4, but for now I'm just doing 3. And then a copy of Lorien Revealed, just because I feel like the land cycling or the island cycling is pretty good. Maybe 2 copies is the right thing to do. I actually might have another copy. I'll have to go check. This is more of our sideboard stuff. I really don't know what I'm gonna do as far as the sideboard. I have so many options. Dress down, engineered explosives, Leyland's Sanctity. Alright, this is more of our main deck. Samurai can go with the wolf token. And then we have Memory Deluge. I see, or hear, a lot of people call it Memory Deluge. And that drives me fucking insane. Deluge isn't a word, it's a deluge. It's like, if there's torrential rain outside, you could say it's a deluge. Deluge. That, and I heard somebody say in my local game store, Viscera Seer. That drove me up a fucking wall. It's Viscera Seer. Like viscera, like visceral. Somebody steps on a landmine and explode, their body becomes viscera, not viscera. I don't know why I'm being such an asshole right now, but I don't know what bothered me. I don't know why I'm being such a curmudgeon. So yeah, Memory Deluge. I just like the card. I think it's cool. 2 copies seems fine. Nightpack Ambusher, you know, like a lot of 4 mana. I wanted like some nice 4 mana hits. So like if you play Wilderness Reclamation, you can you know, you could have something really good to play after it resolves. So, you know, if it resolves. I think 2 more Memory Deluge is probably too many. 4 in the main deck seems a bit much. Archmage's Charm is good. 4 copies of Counterspell. 3 Teferi main deck might be too much, but maybe we'll just stick with it. One thing that kind of bothers me is I would love to play Kira in the sideboard, but with the wolf main deck, I could cut the wolf and then just like run Subtlety, Solitude. I don't know. 4 Counterspell. And 1 Archmage's Charm. Archmage's Charm, Archmage's Charm, Archmage's Charm, Archmage. What do they call him in Skyrim? Is he the Archmage? Yeah, I think. The Archmage of Winterhold or whatever. I think a copy of, like, Force of Negation. I have a copy of Force of Negation I could put in here too. 3 copies of Teferi. Just because it's good. 3 copies of Teferi main deck might be too much. Might be like 2, and then 1 in the sideboard. I don't know. Then we have our mana base, Meticulous Archive, and Lush Portico. I should get a Hedge Maze. I do have a Hedge Maze, but it is also in the it's in the whatchamacallit, Living End deck. Although I really, you know what I could do? I could definitely put it in this deck. I can move it to this deck, and I probably will. So Lush Portico, Meticulous Archive, 4 copies of Hallowed Fountain, 4 Hallowed Fountain, and, like, you know, 4 Hallowed Fountain, 2 Temple Garden. I might have too many Shocklands. This might just be too many Shocklands for a control deck, but I don't have a lot of options as far as lands right now. So 2 Temple Garden. I probably want more fetch lands than I want shock lands, but whatever. 2 Breeding Pool. Beseiju. Otawara. 4 Misty Rainforest. And I'm not, the lands aren't done yet. Nor is the main deck, clearly. 4 Misty Rainforest, whoa. I think instead of Rafine's Tower, I should include Rogrin Triome. So, like, I'm probably not going to use this. I think Zagoth Triumph is fine for the black, and then I should use Rogrin Triumph for the red. So I think Rafine's Tower just gives me more black, which I don't really want. I want to be able to do all 5 colors. Why? Because of the prismatic endings. Zagoth Triumph. So Zagoth, and the one thing is my Rogrin Triumph is foil, and I hate it, so if anybody wants to trade a foil Rogrin Triumph for a non-foil Rogrin Triumph, let me know. And then we have Island Forest, so I think altogether we have 22 lands. I really only want 2 more. So Hedge Maze plus, I don't know. I don't think like a Plains would be a good include. You know? Maybe it would be, I don't know. Like I said, this isn't perfect. So let's take out the Misties. And then we'll do this. So basics at the end. Misties and Flooded Strands together. I probably need another 2 fetch lands. Would probably be the right move. So we have 8 fetches. Well, maybe not 8. Maybe 8 is too aggressive for like a control deck. A deck that wants at least 4 lands in play. We'll put the Zagoth Triumph in front and these 2 in back. So we have Zagoth Triumph, inevitably a Rogrin Triumph. So my last 2 lands will probably be that Rogrin, or no. Because I took the Rafine's Tower out, I still need 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that Rogrin Triumph 22, so I need 2 more lands. 1 will be Hedge Maze, and then, yeah, maybe like 1 will be basic planes. If I cut the wolves, I can play hero, which is pretty cool. So like, and I don't think that that's like a horrible shift. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I need a lot more cards. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 because of the subtleties. I didn't count them. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 24. 24, and I need to get up to 36. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So I'm missing 8 cards. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about what I want to include. Oh, 4. I can do 4 growth spiral. That's right. And then so I have 4 spots left over. Hang on a sec. Okay. So I did some digging. I thought I had 4. I mean, I have 4 growth spiral. But I thought I had 4 of the Ravnica ones. But I couldn't find the last one. So I took the growth spiral that I got from the mystical archive. So that's 4. And then we'll have these 4 will represent 4 subtleties. Just right on each of them. Hopefully I spell it right. To be honest, I don't even... What is it? Subtlety. Subtlety. Is that how you spell subtlety? I think so. Subtlety. You know when you say a word enough and it starts not sounding like a word anymore. That's what's happening to me with subtlety right now. Okay. So we have 4 subtleties. And again, they're in my living end deck, so that's why we have these proxies for subtlety. Subtlety, 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 subtlety. And then 4 growth spiral. I'm probably gonna buy another copy of the Ravnica art one so I don't have to have a mismatched growth spiral. I also don't know if I love growth spiral. Get all the planeswalkers together. Narset isn't necessarily a bad idea. I could do like Narset and a Day's Undoing type of thing. I think 4 Wilderness Reclamation is fine. And in, matchups where, after game 1 I can like sub it out. Nightpack, Wilderness Reclamation. I have a green deck box, red sleeves. I'm gonna throw people off. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I want one more Lorien revealed, and I thought I had one, but I can't find it. So it's 34, and then 2 more cards like Narset and a Day's Undoing. Maybe, I guess, I don't know. Or maybe like another Wandering Emperor, but I'd have to buy it. Yeah, I swear to God, I thought I had a Lorien revealed somewhere. I'll have to look. 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, well. But yeah, that's, kind of basically it. It's just mid-range control. And yeah, our mid-range pieces are going to be our elementals, like Subtlety and Solitude, and then Nightpack Ambusher. So it's kind of like a, like a flash. It's almost like a Simic flash. Splashing white for Planeswalkers, and some removal. It's possible that, like, Prismatic Ending is just not that good. It's possible that Prismatic Ending is that good. I don't know. But yeah. The removal on a stick with Solitude is pretty good. Solitude is just a good card. We should have enough white cards, right? With Teferi, Wandering Emperor, Prismatic Ending, and Solitude itself. Hopefully we have enough white cards to actually pitch. And then, like, I was thinking for the sideboard, I think Force of Vigor and Endurance are good. I think I want those in the sideboard. Knight of Autumn is, like, pretty good. Damping Matrix maybe. Rest in Peace probably not. Hallowed Moonlight is probably pretty good. Supreme Verdict is probably okay. Dress Down is good. Engineered Explosives is good. Lane of Sanctity is good. And then these 2 extra Memory Deluges probably don't go in the sideboard. It's just whether or not how many I want in the main deck, So I gotta figure that out. But I think for now, the deck is, it's not done by any means, but like this is kind of the shell that I'm gonna be working with. Just Bant bullshit. So yeah, if anybody has any suggestions for like a Bant control mid-rangey deck, any like card suggestions, let me know, because like I don't love where this is at. Like, I'd love to have a better, like some sort of like finisher, because right now my win cons are pretty weak. It's just like remove everything and attack with Subtlety, Solitude, or Nightpack Ambush or whatever. If anybody has any like suggestions for the deck, that would be great. That would be dope. Because I'd love to have a better idea of what to do. Or just stronger win conditions, really. Because right now it just, yeah, I think I could use some stronger win conditions. me kind of win the game on the spot would be great. These are bulk. This is all crap. Yeah, and with Modern Horizons 3, I don't really know what the meta is going to look like, so it might just be that this is a really bad idea, but I don't know. Give it the old college try, see how things go. So yeah, sorry I haven't been uploading, but again, it's been hot. I've had some health stuff going on, but I have it all, don't worry, I have it all figured out. But yeah, hopefully more stuff coming soon. But just wanted to give you guys an update. Wanted to record something for you, and wouldn't you know it,